What is up, you guys? Sasha Boss here, and today I'm doing my non-spoiler review of Robert Pattinson's The Batman. This movie was spectacular, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about my non-spoiler review of Robert Pattinson's The Batman. And stay tuned for the new The Batman spoiler review. Stay tuned for the spoiler review when people have seen the movie, yada yada. But right now, let's break this down. This non-spoiler review. Let's begin. And 3, 2. Okay. So the plot of this movie is a really interesting plot. This movie is all about Batman taking on a detective work, going undercover and exploring Gotham City. This is his second year as becoming the Batman. Year 1, a lot of things probably happened to him, like his parents' death, which is in his childhood that's kind of convincing him to become Batman. This movie, you honestly get to follow his story and solve a really interesting mystery with the villain, the Riddler. And also, Jim Gordon is one of his right-hand man, so they solve crime. So basically, that was the gist of the plot. It's a really nice story. You mostly get to see Batman. So before we begin with anything else about this film, let's talk about the characters. So the Batman features numerous characters in this movie. Some of the characters are we have Robert Pattinson playing the Batman. So the Batman in this movie is a much different take on any Batman I'm aware of. This Batman is very depressed. He is very in self-pity, self-denial. It's not like the Bruce Wayne we all know and love. This Bruce Wayne is mostly this aggressive, depressed man who just wants vengeance for all sorts of things that happen in Gotham City, like his parents' killer. That really drives him forward to become the Bat that we all know and love. The next character in the Batman is Catwoman. Let's talk about Catwoman. Catwoman in this movie is a really unique twist to the character. This character is full of little surprises here in the movie. They actually kind of felt like they did some of the Selena Kyle stuff from the comics, but they kind of made their own twist to it, which I really like. And they also have a really beautiful love triangle, if you know, with Batman and Catwoman from the comics. They actually included that. Not really a spoiler, but you all probably know that about Catwoman. There's a lot of things I can't really talk about in this non-spoiler review, but Catwoman, it was an excellent character, a nice addition to this movie. She almost gave it light at the end of the tunnel at some of the scenes. She made it she almost made it sexy, but mostly just really outstanding work, amazing work from the actor. Next up, let's talk about Alfred. So Alfred Pennyworth is played by Andy Serkis. Tim Reeves also directed him as Caesar from Planet of the Apes, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. This version of Alfred is much younger than we all know and love. He's probably around his 50s. I'd probably say that. He's much younger. He is more technologically advanced. Because this is set up almost in the future, not in the mid 2000s like The Dark Knight. That's the timing of the film. But it's mostly just a much younger Alfred Pennyworth. You get to see him here and there in the movie. He has a smaller role, but he's just a lot of fun. He's a fun character. The next character I'm going to talk to you guys about is the character that you all may know in this movie. This is the Riddler. The Riddler, guys, in this movie was terrifying. No joke, this movie was insane with the Riddler. The Riddler, literally, the whole thing with the Riddler was so interesting and intriguing. So much I can't talk about in this video, but you guys stay tuned for the spoilers if you have seen it, which probably you guys know what I mean. This guy was gruesome. Really gruesome. There's some of the scenes, in the movie, you actually make you think, I'm whoa, this guy's literally using mind games to do control things. It's insane. That's all I can tell you. The Riddler is an insane villain. He really is really frightening, honestly. If you have a younger kid, I do not recommend taking them to this movie until they're a little bit older, because the Riddler could probably give them nightmares like Heath Ledger's Joker. Okay. Now I know this. Now you know about the characters. Was this movie worth the wait? Well, the answer to this question is yes. This movie was 100% worth the wait. I've been waiting about 2 years for this movie, to be honest, because it was announced in fandom, and we finally got the trailers for this thing, and I was getting like getting hyped, and finally, when the movie crashed like a tidal wave, this movie was awesome. It was worth the hype. It's everything I could wish for and better with this movie, and it was really cool. Do I recommend this to families of younger kids? No, like I said, this movie is a much darker approach to Batman. It's a very strong PG-13. It's like an R in the 80s. There's some moments of really intense violence, some things the kids probably understand. You all know that Batman is a really technological, super powerhouse character that's very dark and crimson at times. Vigilance is his name, pretty much. This movie really does it justice to the darker origin of Batman. I was surprised. And I can't believe Lego actually made Lego sets to this movie, even though how dark this thing was. Yeah, so I do recommend this to a lot of Batman fans, not to younger families, but mostly adults who love Batman, who love the character, who grew up liking the character as a kid. This movie is everything. Everything you can ask for in a Batman movie. So how does this compare to other Batman movies? Well, comparing to The Dark Knight, they have a lot of similarities and differences. The main similarity is that both of the movies are very dark. The main difference from Robert Pattinson's Batman, Batman is way younger than the past Bruce Wayne's, because this takes place in year 2, and Dark Knight takes place almost with a long Halloween, which is the main theme throughout this movie. I kind of saw different things. I only seen like the first half hour of the long Halloween, but it does compare pretty well with other Batmans. Robert Pattinson might be my number 3 Batman. So yeah. So other than that, that was my non-spoiler review, and rating this movie, I give it, honestly, a 10 out of 10. Robert Pattinson's The Batman is worth the hype. So please check it out in theaters if you have not seen it. Once you've seen it, come back to my channel and see the spoiler review of The Batman. So see you guys later, and please like and subscribe.